What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on natural gas prices.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might be a driver for the price action for upcoming weeks. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and my main assumption was that we completed this structure to the upside. And on the one hand, we might have this is our first wave, second, third, fourth, and fifth wave. And in this case, we have to see the retracement in a simple zigzag shape in order to hit lower targets, with the probability to have a next leg to the upside. But when I did the measurements of these waves, we didn't have enough price action to the upside, and that's why my assumption was that probably we have three first wave. This is the first wave on a bigger scale. This is the second. This is the first wave on a slightly smaller scale. This is the second wave. And this is the next first wave on the smallest scale. And because of this, we had to see this type of structure that probably could hit much higher price points. But I have to admit that this structure is overcomplicated, and definitely you shouldn't do these overcomplicated structures. Everything should be simple, crystal clear for you and for the majority of people. And that is why I don't think that we still have the possibility to hit higher targets because of this movement to the downside that is quite harsh. And by the way, at this very point, I've told you that we should hit lower price targets, but we shouldn't break this bottom in order to stay in line with this forecast. But for now, this movement to the downside has a very harsh structure without the huge increase in volume. This means most likely this count is invalidated, and in my technical analysis I will show you what should we expect next. But for now, let's take a look on the fundamental news. And we are on fxempire.com, and this article was published just yesterday, and it's titled "Natural Gas Prices Forecast. Natural gas markets pulled back slightly." And let me quote you this. Natural gas markets have fallen a bit during the trading session on Monday, as we continue to see a bit of hesitation, as the market is more likely than not going to continue to look at the $2 level underneath and the $3 level above as the outer reaches of the consolidation area, and perhaps even is doing to define the overall summer range that we often see. After all, natural gas markets tend to be rather quiet in these times, as demand will drop due to the lack of heating demand coming out of the northern hemisphere. Furthermore, if we have a global slowdown, that will obviously put a huge hit on the demand for natural gas by industry and electrical production. Either way, this is a time year that you would not expect a lot of bullish behavior. So, in general, we are approaching to the summer on the northern hemisphere, and definitely right now the demand on natural gas prices is the lowest for the entire year. And that is why I also can make a conclusion that my previous forecast is irrelevant. And for those of you who entered your long position with a slight stop loss somewhere here, you might be still in this position because, let me show you like this, we don't need these tools right now, but we have this price action to the downside. And by the way, before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So, we can see that probably we have, this is our third wave, this is our first, second, third, this is the fourth, and this is the top of our fifth wave. And in this case, we have to see the ABC correction to the downside that should hit somewhere lower price targets. But this, let me show you this in details. If it is the A wave, this is the B, and this is the C wave, the B wave is extremely shallow. And most likely it is not the ABC correction on the bigger scale. It is just an internal A wave of three-wave structure. And in this case, we have to see the movement to the upside. That probably will hit somewhere here, and the next leg to the downside. If it is the case, let me show you that we still have the possibility to see this movement to the upside, and probably if you are in the position with the ladder and your bias down, definitely your average price might be somewhere at $3.2 or $3.3 mark. And with the tight stop loss slightly below this bottom, we still have a possibility to catch this movement. And in this case, let me show you the levels. If I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from this top to this bottom, we might hit 0.236, 0.32, and 0.5 levels. Probably even the golden pocket range, but the higher this asset goes, the less probability we have to hit next price target. This means just be conservative, and if you are in the position and if you want to hold this position, just put your stop loss slightly below the bottom, this bottom, and your upside potential in this case, let me show it to you like this, might be from 2.36% through 5.9 all the way up to 8.78 and even 12%, with a downside potential of roughly 4%. And definitely this is not the best trade, because we are on bearish territory right now, and we might see another leg to the downside. And I have to say that this asset broke the previous bottom, and this means probably this 5-wave structure might be only first wave on a bigger scale. But if we take a look on the Natgas spot prices and Natgas futures, we didn't break this bottom, and this means we might see quite different price action, because if it is the movement to the downside from this previous swing high, if it is the first wave, this entire is the second one, and we have A, B, and 5-wave structure in our C wave. In this case, we have to break these bottoms, and we have to see another leg to the downside that will be the third wave on a bigger scale. And this is the concerning part, because the BOIL ticker symbol is on quite bullish side, still on the bullish side, as long as this pivot holds of $2.6 mark. But natural gas spot prices and natural gas futures are on bear side, because we didn't break this previous bottom, and we have this movement to the upside as an ABC correction. And as you can see, we have on a natural gas future price, we have this structure that I marked previously. And if I switch on a daily time frame, you can see this structure, and probably we have to see, let me switch to 4 hours time frame, and probably this is the 5th wave, and we are 4 minutes, and from this top we have only first wave, this is the second, this is might be another third wave that should break this bottom, and then 4th wave, and we probably might have something like this. This is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And it is extremely difficult to assume where will be the real bottom for the price action, and definitely it is not the price that I mark for you as the price target of 50 cents. It is just an assumption that probably we might have this type of structure. But nevertheless, the natural gas futures and natural gas spot prices are on the bear side, and that is why we have to be cautious with the BOIL. So, and what should we expect next? Let me zoom in again to hourly time frame, and let me show you this movement in details. If it is the case, I've told you that we might see the movement to the upside, but then we should see another leg to the downside that probably will hit somewhere lower price targets. But if it will be a broken pattern, we will not have a 3-wave structure to the downside. We will have another 5-wave structure, and this might be some kind of this movement. And later on, when we'll have more pivot points, I will do another update in order to show you the potential path of this asset. So for now, that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.